in some way. Every church is living out some form of theology, even if that theology is based on pragmatism instead of biblical principles. Why wouldn't we want the life we share in the church to be shaped by the best exegetical, theological, and historical reflections? Why wouldn't we want to be thoughtful instead of thoughtless? Why wouldn't we want all things in the life we live together to be done decently and in good order? That's not the Presbyterian and Reformed way. That's God's way, and Presbyterian and Reformed Christians would do well not to forget it. Kevin DeYoung, Senior Pastor, Christ Covenant Church, Matthews, North Carolina. Introduction. Welcome in. Invited up front by the friendly, well-meaning pastor, I looked out over a church perhaps 10 times the size of my own. The elders joined us on the platform, and I was ushered front and center. At a nod from the music director, the congregation, pastor, and elders began to sing. No hymn books, no service sheets, no words projected on a screen. Everyone knew what to do. Well, nearly everyone. To this day, I have no idea what they were singing. I think it was in Latin. I stood on the platform, moved my lips, guppy fish style, and pretended I knew what was going on. Perhaps you've had a similar experience. Worship styles, indeed worship services, vary largely from church to church, even among Bible-trusting evangelical Christians. They can at times leave us baffled. There are organs and electric guitars, choirs and praise bands, pastors in hipster jeans, pastors in suits, and pastors in robes straight out of the 17th century. There are formal services with heavily structured liturgies, and video montage-peppered events with donut breaks and puppet shows. What are we to make of all this? Is it the inevitable and welcome outcome of cultural diversity? A case of pick-and-mix Christianity where everyone chooses their favorite flavor, no rights, no wrongs? Or might there be something more substantial at stake? I hope this short book will persuade you of the latter, that worship matters. Not just that we worship, almost every Christian would agree on that, but that how we worship matters. Straight away, I realized that might make some listeners nervous. Haven't we had enough of the worship wars, the interminable bickering between Christians who profess to love one another? Do we really need another pastor to wade into the action to strike left, right, and center at anyone who does things slightly differently from him? If you're among those nervous listeners, then let me reassure you. The upcoming sections won't be a demolition job of other tribes and traditions. Instead, I'd like to show you around the house I live in, the house of Reformed worship. We'll discover why it's built the way it is and the reason for what may initially seem to be strange features. But before we head inside, let's spend a moment longer in the yard. Why is it even worth going in? Do the content and style of a worship service really matter that much? Let me suggest that they do. The Father's Quest. Just once in the Bible, we're told the Father is looking for something. The Son of Man comes to seek and to save the lost. Luke chapter 19, verse 10. Christians are told to seek first the kingdom of God. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. But the Father seeks only one thing. True worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father is seeking such people to worship Him. John chapter 4, verse 23. The Father is after worshipers. The Son of God, who was sent by His Father, knows this. To put it another way, Jesus was sent to rescue us so that we might worship. Let that sink in. The Son of God took on flesh, became man, and dwelled among us so that we might worship. The Son of God walked in perfect obedience to His Father, fulfilling all righteousness and resisting the assaults of Satan in order that we might worship. The Son of God